Welcome to the second episode of Elite Football Podcast. Today we're talking a lot of Prem football, and the first subject is who's going to win the league. Lads, who wants to start us off?
For me, I will go with City. I think City have got the best squad. They've got the best manager. I think even if they get Kane, even with or without Kane, they'll still be too strong. I think there'll be competition. I don't think it'll be as easy as it was last year. I think Chelsea, United, Liverpool, I think they'll be up there. But yeah, I think City will do it for me, I think.
Shall we all just agree now that City are going to win the league? Or have you Liverpool by any chance, Johnny?
You can't see past City, to be honest. I mean, they've not even got any transfers going at the moment, and they're talking about 160 million for Kane. I mean, are they buying a player or are they buying a club?
So,
yeah, but so who
Sean Dyche. Who? So we all think City. So with or without Kane, we think they'll probably win it. Walk it or win it?
I think
they'll win it.
I don't think they'll walk it.
No.
It'll be a guy. Points, I reckon it'll be about 7 points. I'll go with
7 points. Fair enough. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard, isn't it? I mean, it's not. It's a no-brainer, really, isn't it? It's quite a quick question with a quick answer. Do you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's just move on to the next one.
Johnny, who gets top four for you so far?
Can't see past City, Liverpool, United, Chelsea.
The obvious one, Mr. Boring.
Yeah.
No. So if there was a team to sneak in, who would sneak in?
I would go possibly Arsenal.
Arsenal. Why?
Why?
Yeah, I mean, Arteta, there's a lot of talk of him losing his job last season. All of a sudden, you think he's going to sneak in? Could sneak in?
I think I've always said I liked Arteta, even when they're getting hammered every week.
Yeah.
I like the way that he's tried to do his management his way. He hasn't, he stuck to his philosophy, and I think they will come good this year. I don't think they'll get the top four, but if they're one team that will sneak in, it's them.
Fair enough.
So, what's your order for the top four then? Let's talk about ours actually. Tom, what's your top four?
Yeah, I've gone different. I've gone City to obviously win the league. United, I think, will come second. I think they're going to improve a lot. Young players are obviously a year older. Sancho in the transfer market as well was a big one. I think Chelsea will come third. Quite impressed with them towards the end of the season under Tuchel. And I think Leicester will sneak it. And I think in the transfer market they've done really well. Liverpool haven't done much. Wasn't really impressed with them last season. I think they are on the way down. And it's almost like they have to sell to buy. When they're looking at people, selling players like Harry Wilson to make money to buy some other players. It's worrying times. I must admit.
Do you not think Van Dijk coming back will make a difference?
Not really. Not really. Not really.
They've got Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Not really, lads. Not really, because I think last season, if you look at it, Liverpool let in 42 goals, which is actually less than United, Leicester, West Ham, Spurs and Arsenal anyway. So defence was never an issue. I think scoring goals, if you look at scoring goals, I think Salah is out on his own. Mane had a decent season. Firmino and Jota both scored 9. Fifth top goal scorer had 2 with Trent. Henderson and Thiago didn't score much.
Yeah, but Henderson
they need to chip in.
Yeah, but for about a month or two, Henderson was playing centre-back with Fabinho some of the time. You take your best midfielders out of the midfield and you put them in the back line to cover. You take something away from the midfield. Henderson was injured at the end of the season. Thiago was injured for a part of the season. Gini had his contract stuff.
I agree. I think Liverpool, what they did, because they knew that they had defensive players out, they focused too much on the defence where the attack misses. Whereas maybe they'll...
You tweet with someone.
Johnny, you're a Liverpool fan, so just a couple of questions towards you. Start of the season, you're a Liverpool manager, let's say. What would you give Henderson as a goal target? First question. For the season, what would you give him?
5.
5. Has he ever scored 5 Prem goals?
Probably not.
Thiago, what would you give him as Prem target for goals?
I don't think he scores many, does he?
No, and that's what my worry is.
He scored 1, didn't he, last year?
Let's say if Salah gets a cruciate ligament like Van Dijk did last season, where do you see Liverpool coming?
Outside the top 4.
Outside the top 10 almost.
That's hypothetical, isn't it?
It absolutely is. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just saying, if you're relying on one bloke to score a load of goals...
Yeah, but if that one bloke don't get injured, then you're fine.
It's a big arse, though, to keep relying on him.
Yeah, it is.
Him and Mane, I think, last season don't work. You can see that. They got by, obviously, winning the Prem, and they were outstanding. But I just think, look, Leicester, for me, they're going in the right direction, whereas Liverpool are not. And that's all I will say.
But Leicester have missed out on the top 4 twice in a row by bottling it.
Yeah, I think my top 4 would be...
You can only bottle it for so long.
I think United, I think City will obviously win the league. I think Chelsea will come second, United third, and then I think Liverpool will get fourth. I think that hasn't changed, has it? That top four for the last 2 years. I think it won't. You said Leicester. I think Leicester bottled their chance. They've had two good years. Yeah, when are they ever going to get a chance like that to get top four?
Listen, they won the FA Cup last season.
Yeah, they did.
So they're not bottlers. They're not bottlers.
They're not bottlers. But I'm saying they're not going to be in the top four.
How long do their players stick around for? Yeah. If you're Tillemans or Tillman,
Vardy stuck along, isn't he?
I think
Vardy was. I know he rejected.
Custis Michael.
Of course,
but he's coming to the end of his career.
Leicester as well. I think what helped him last year.
If you're not Madison or Tillemans or whatever his name is, Ndidi.
Yeah, I think what helped him Leicester last year is they went out of Europa League quite early. I think they've got to be focused. They've got to be looking at one of the best teams in that Europa League this year, and probably think it might be a bit like the FA Cup where they think, I want to win that instead of getting top four.
You play a lot of games in that Europa.
Yeah, that's it.
So I think we all agree that I'm right, do we?
No. I think, like I said, I think Leicester have had their chance to get top four and they never really got it.
So talking about cups, who do you think will win the domestic cups, and who do you think will win the European Cup next season?
So I'll go first. I think FA Cup. I think United are going to win the FA Cup. I think they're due a trophy. It's a big year for Ollie's got to win a trophy this year. I know today he signed a new deal, 2 or 3 year deal, whatever it is. But that guy, this is a breakout season. They can't go round semi-final, final. So I think it's winner, but I think he'll win that or the League Cup. I think Chelsea will win the other between the two, Chelsea and United. I think one of them they'll take the cups this year for me.
So how about the big one though? The big one, the European Cup,
Champions League. I think PSG. I think they've made some great signings. Obviously Ramos, brilliant on a free experience. 4 times Champions League winner. Speaks for himself. We all know Ramos, Donnarumma. Probably one of the best keepers in the world for free.
Free transfer,
great chance. Look at Gini, great signing.
Yeah.
They weren't that far away before, and it's one of them. They throw enough money at the wall, it's going to stick at some point.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree more. I couldn't agree more.
What about you, Johnny? What do you reckon about who do you reckon?
Exactly the same as you in terms of the FA Cup and League Cup, split between United and Chelsea. In terms of the Champions League, I think it's going to be the year for City. I think if City do get Kane, possibly, obviously, talk around Grealish as well. Get both of those. I can't see past City, to be fair.
Champions League is Pep's kryptonite, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
there's something about
it. I just think this is the year that I'll get.
Pep surely will win it at one point with City, and then he'll bow out, won't he?
Yeah,
that'll be it, wouldn't it? I mean,
where will he go though?
Anywhere he wants.
Yeah, but where could you go next?
Where could you go next? There's no longer. What's that word, Johnny? You've got a degree. Longevity. There's no longevity in the game anymore, is there? And what's he got to prove? Nothing. What does he want financially? Nothing.
So that's what we might as well just stay at City then.
Yeah, but then he's never really stayed anywhere. He's never really stayed anywhere before, has he? So it's kind of like it's a great question. Where would he go? Would he fancy Spain at some point?
Would he go international? But I don't think international's fucking boring. For Pep, he'll get bored.
He would get bored. He likes to transfer, doesn't he, Pep?
But anyway, we go across this. Let's listen to yours then about
to the elite. I put the elite into the elite football podcast, and I've actually gone similar to you guys. Actually, I think United will win the League Cup. I say League Cup because it's a lesser trophy, and I think the pressure will be off slightly. But I see United win the League Cup. I think they'll definitely win a trophy, and I think it will be the League Cup. I've gone for Chelsea in the FA Cup.
We've gone pretty similar then on the cups.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Crispy. I can't look further than PSG to win the European Cup. I think they've recruited fantastically well, bringing in experience like Wijnaldum and Ramos. Probably the best goalkeeper in the world at the minute, Donnarumma. Adding that with possibly Mbappe's last season, how will he bow out? Blah de blah. I think they're in for a terrific season. Pochettino's just signed a new 1-year deal as well, and not like it probably matters, but. Yeah, they're too good not to win a Champions League, and like you say, sooner or later you will win.
It's in Mbappe's last year as well, isn't it? So
I think it probably will be. I think it will be.
Perfect time for him to do it, isn't it?
Win Absolutely.
It now and then bow out.
Yeah, I mean he was signed for 150, 200 was it mil or something like stupid?
Ridiculous.
And also, yeah, I mean Neymar sooner or later will probably win a Champions League, wouldn't he? You would have thought of PSG, so you kind of think it's perfect time.
Yeah.
So moving on. Back to the Prem then. So we talked about top four. but who do you think will be the best of the rest outside of the top four? Who's going to have a good season? Who's going to surprise you? Who's going to have a good season, Crispy?
For me, well, you say best of the rest, so we're not are we including Spurs and Arsenal in that, or we?
Well, they're the rest, aren't they? They're the rest. They're not top four.
We're saying there's not really a top six anymore. It's more top four, isn't it now? Really?
Yeah, Arsenal lost their way, ain't they? And Tottenham aren't as good as they were. So
I'd say like them two will be up there somewhere. But my surprise team will probably be, I think Villa.
Yeah,
I think Villa. What's his Burundi? I think he's a good signing.
Who's he?
Buendia.
That's a country, isn't it? Burundi.
That's him.
Buendia, yeah,
What
absolutely.
happens if they lose Grealish?
Then they're going to get that Leon Bailey, apparently. 30 million. Good player. But yeah, no, I think Ollie Watkins is good. They're good at the back, aren't they? Good in midfield. I like Villa. I think they're good. They weren't that far away last year either, really, were they? West Ham, I don't think will be as good as last year. I think
It's a big ask.
that was their peak. Obviously, they've got Europa League. That'll be hard. Doesn't look like they're going to get Lingard back as well, which was obviously massive at the end of the season. So me, Villa. I think Spurs are going to be shit this year. I don't rate Spurs, especially if they lose Kane. I know they've kept Son and stuff, but yeah, not Spurs. I don't like Nuno either. I don't think he's a great manager. Arsenal might be all right. I think Ben White, if they get that across the line, that'll be a good signing.
Yeah, and they've signed that Belgium lad as well, Lagomba.
Yeah,
I think
might be
whatever his name is, I don't know his name, don't know how to pronounce it, but apparently I've heard good things about him.
But it's just they don't get the balance right, Arsenal, do they?
No, there's too much to do, isn't there, out there?
Yeah,
there's too much. Emil Smith, Smith Rowe.
They've given him like number 10, and he's not that good, is he?
He's not. He's
They
done
put
well.
their eggs in the wrong basket, Arsenal.
I agree with you to a certain extent.
But
So Arsenal, Spurs, you think Villa possibly?
Yeah.
Johnny, anyone?
Arsenal outside the top four.
Yeah, anyone
I think
different?
so.
Anyone different?
Everton.
Everton,
really?
I don't think Rafa's.
I think Rafa.
Yeah,
I think
he's so overrated for me.
I know they've signed Andros Townsend and
Free
Damari
transfer.
Damari
1.7 million.
Yeah.
Begovic is linked with a free transfer as well.
Yeah.
He's gone there, hasn't he?
Has he gone? Has
His
he?
wife put it on Insta or something.
Yeah.
Oh, if she's put it up, she's definitely.
I genuinely think there's a few more. There's going to be a load more transfers happening there, and I think Everton will splash the cash.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I can't see.
But do you think like they'll Everton is one of them? Because of its Rafa. Do you not think as soon as they get a few bad results, the heat will just be on him? Because of you like Liverpool man. What do you feel about him going to?
I'm not fussed, to be fair.
Do you not care?
No.
Does it not take away his legendary?
Is he a legend?
Yeah, for what he did in 2005, he is.
So does it not take anything? Like, will he get a massive reception when he goes like Anfield?
Yeah, I think so. You think like the people talk about Liverpool and Everton, this rivalry, and it is a massive rivalry.
It's not like United, is it?
But yeah,
So
players do move between Everton and Liverpool. Nick Barmby for one.
So Rafa going to Everton, is that almost like lending your next door neighbour your hammer? Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so. They're giving him some sugar, man.
Some tea bags with you. Yeah.
That's an interesting one, but yeah.
I've always said I like Everton as a club. You know, they've got proposals for the new stadium. I think they're going from strength to strength. They've obviously got good owners. They've put a lot of money into the club over the last few years. I know you can question a lot of the transfer fees because they have paid silly amounts of money for players.
Yeah.
But he's put his money where his mouth is, and he's buying players.
I spoke about that last pod though, and I said about Everton signing players for big transfer fees that never warranted, like Sigurdsson, the old pedo. He went for 40 odd million. Iwobi went for 50. Pickford went for 30. I don't know if they're worth that, but it gets the fans on side because the fans think, we're signing big players for a lot of transfer fees and whatnot. We're going to be good. Failed. Manager sacked. Next one in. Manager leaves. Next one in. I don't know.
They're going to need better defenders, I think, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're going to need it. They need a proper good centre half.
I will quickly say mine.
Yeah.
And that is Leeds. I think will do all right. I think just because of Bielsa.
Will Leeds be as open as what they have
Do you know what?
first season?
Do you know what?
No.
Leeds this year will be interesting that they've got fans in the ground.
Yes,
and that's gonna. It's gonna be their first season back. You know, you get this second year bounce.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll get it because it's like all the fans will be like, right, we're back. So it'll be like it's their first year this year.
Yeah.
But I can't see them being as open as what they were last season.
Neither could I.
No.
I think it was almost like shit or bust last season.
They
with
signed
Bielsa.
some good players. They hadn't really made any signings this year.
They made is it
spent a bit of
Harrison
money last year.
permanent deal, wasn't
But he
it?
was saying he was still there
Calvin,
last year.
even keeping Calvin Phillips for another season. I'm not a massive fan of his, but he's
Brilliant
obviously
in the Euros.
You know, brilliant in the Euros. Their best player, possibly.
Kept hold of Rafinha as well. You know,
Rafinha,
with
he's been
Liverpool,
linked.
you know.
Bamford's there, so I think they'll do well. I
Bamford
think
won't be as good this year, though.
I agree with you about Villa though. Buendia signing, I think this boy's good, proper player. You keep Grealish, you got Buendia, Watkins banging them in. I think they're a proper team. Not massive on Mings. I like, is it Conser alongside him? Good player.
He's good, he is.
Matty Cash, decent
John-
fullback.
John McGinn and Douglas Luiz in the middle.
Absolutely. So they've got to make
Probably
it a good
one of
team.
the best keepers in the league as well.
I think John Terry's a good old coach and assistant there, and I think Smith's a decent manager. And who I think will come fifth would be Liverpool, and we don't have to go into detail there, do we? No.
But yeah, okay.
Further down the table, Johnny Boy, who's going to get relegated this season?
Watford, I think they'll change manager at least once or twice
Probably,
during the season.
Absolutely.
I personally think Brentford will stay up.
Why? Do we say why? Why?
I think they've got a goal scorer in Tony.
Yeah.
I think that guy from Celtic, Aya.
Ajay,
I think he's a good sign-in. And then obviously they'll get a few more over the line. And I think... who is the other club that came up?
Norwich came up.
Norwich, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. I think they'll actually stay up. So Watford, 1.
Yeah.
I think Newcastle.
Yeah.
And I think Crystal Palace.
Why Newcastle? Why Palace?
Yeah.
Newcastle struggled last season. They've not done much in the transfer market.
Did they
this
struggle
season.
last season, or they just have a bad period?
They had moments, didn't they?
Yeah, they had a bad period. When they had COVID.
But you could flick it around and say they got lucky towards the end at the same time.
No, but they just had their players back. St Maximin got injured.
Yeah.
They got Willock. Oh no, they got Willock in.
Is St. Maximin going to leave?
No.
First,
no one's.
no?
There's not going to be a big window,
I
is
don't
there?
think it is. No.
Is Willock going to go?
That's another thing. I don't think he will.
I think he will, because he ain't going to play for Arsenal.
I think he will. Because Arsenal are nothing special. I mean, Willock looks decent. Don't get me wrong, Willock was on the bench a few times at Newcastle. Let's not forget, although he scored goals.
But anyway, yeah. What else do you think, Johnny? Go on.
Then Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace let a lot of players go last season, didn't they? A lot of them
They
got
did.
freeze.
Is that more uncertainty that you think Palace, or is it because you think they are poor?
A bit of both.
Yeah.
I think last year they were poor. Some games they were absolutely awful.
Yeah.
And Roy
Got
Hodgson
battered by
getting his
Liverpool in
massive,
one, didn't they?
Yeah, Roy Hodgson getting his good sign off. He's done wonders for the club. You forget where Palace have come from, because obviously they've established themselves as a Prem team over the last 6 years or whatever it's been. But yeah, you remember they were one of those kind of teams that would yo-yo or stay in the Championship for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just
I
don't
think
see
with
it.
Palace though, they've got good home support, haven't they? They've always had good home support, and I think that will help them next season when the fans get in the ground. I think Pat Vieira.
But would they turn on Pat Vieira?
I don't think so. Because they never wanted Hodgson, did they? Really, let's be honest. And Hodgson done a decent job there. So will they ever be happy? I don't know. But I think Vieira will have a few, ideas up his sleeve.
Did he do a good job at Nice? Was it Nice?
Really, he didn't put up any trees.
No, he didn't put up any trees. But
So, what do you reckon then, Tom? What's your bottom three then?
the three that came up, to be honest with you, and I love Norwich as a club. I think they're a fantastic little club. Daniel Farker, I like him as a manager. I think they've got some good young players. Ollie Skip was good there last season, weren't he, when he went on loan?
Is he back there this year?
I don't know, Johnny. You're EFL bloke.
No, Gilmore, isn't it?
Gilmore's quality.
Gilmore's a fantastic player. Technically, a fantastic, decent little player. Skip give you a little bit of a different dimension,
Yeah.
but I think selling Buendia was obviously that was expected because he's such a talented lad.
They
But
haven't really bought anyone in to replace him, have they?
not
They've got
massively.
They've got that Rashika. He's
that?
quite good.
He was
the German. Yeah.
He's quite
I
highly
thought he
rated.
was a wrestler, wasn't he, Rikishi?
Yeah.
But no, I don't see them doing fantastically well. I think what I like about Norwich, they always try and play football in the right way, and I always acknowledge teams or respect teams who try and do that. I don't think it'll be enough in the Prem.
Ville's got a bit of goals in them, though, haven't
Aaron's
they?
is still there.
Yeah,
Yeah, but went
Campbell,
down. They also went down with them last time. I know they're a year older, 2 years older since the last Prem, but
So
I
you
think they'll
think
struggle.
Brentford will go down.
They kept the spine of the team. I know they've lost Buendia, but I think they're just going to be that. They've got, like you say, more mature.
Honestly,
I think they'll be a fine.
I would love them to
17th.
stay up. I really would. Brentford, I think they'll struggle, but I love your point about Ivan Toney. They have got a goal scorer. I think Ivan Toney could have 15 goals this Prem season because I rate him very highly, but I don't think that'll be enough for Brentford. I think they'll be like Norwich a couple of years ago, play football in the right way, but a little bit naive with it. Good luck to them as well. Watford, I think, are quite poor, and I don't see them staying up at all. I don't think they play particularly good football. I don't think they've done enough in the market. I think they'll sack their manager. There's a lot of issues at that club in general. I think there always will be for the foreseeable future. So I think them three will be going down.
So my three to get relegated, I think I will go with... I think Brentford will be all right. I think they'll get a few... Tony will score a few goals. Obviously, I know him from my Northampton.
Your Northampton days.
Yeah, he
your
was
playing days.
I never rated him
Will
back
you get
then.
an England call up this year if he bags 15 goals?
No, because United...
World Cup year, I don't think so.
No, it's not World Cup year. World Cup year
it's
isn't
not.
it?
No,
Would you
I keep
not
thinking that,
give him a call up for a friendly? Just
No,
see how
she's still got Greenwood to come in.
Yeah, but what makes...
If he's banging them in.
Watkins didn't even get in the Euros.
Yeah, but
He's got to score a few goals. Anyway, yeah, I think they'll challenge, but I think they'll go down. I think Palace will go down. I think the same as what you said. I don't think Vieira will be that good. I think these clubs, I think they have civility in people like Hodgson and that. They know what they're doing, and then when they go, they just sort of drop off. That they try and change the style a bit too much.
That's a dangerous thing, isn't it? Changing the style.
I like the centre half they've signed. What's his name? The one from Chelsea. What's his name? They signed him for 20 million. The one that was on loan from
Gooey.
Yeah.
For
20 million, I think that could be a great signing. Like, he'll do a job. But yeah, I just don't think... I think they'll struggle, and I think they'll be in and around the mix, and I think they'll just fall apart. And then Watford, aren't they? Yo-yo club. Like you said, they'll go through managers.
I think also with Watford they've got some bad influences.
Yeah,
I don't like Jorginho. He's got a lot of power.
Usually they bring in loads of players from here, there, and everywhere.
I think Watford are the type of team that you want to go down. They're hard to like, aren't they?
Andre Gray as well.
They're hard to like, aren't they?
Yeah, when they come up, you're always like, why are they coming up again?
You just wish they would stay down.
That's the one thing about Brentford. We've all tipped Brentford to go down.
They try and do things in the right way.
But it'd be nice to see them in the Prem.
Absolutely.
Like, we all wish that they do
Norwich.
well.
Norwich always try. They're the underdog, didn't they? They tried their best. They try and play football in the right way. I hope they do. Right, because we're talking about shitters. First manager to get sacked.
Guy at Watford, Cisco, whatever his name is.
Cisco Munoz.
Yeah.
Why should just think they'll just start poor?
How many managers did Watford go through last season?
I lost count. I can only count to 10.
Yeah. And that was the year that they actually were floating around the top.
Well, Pearson picked them up towards the end of that Prem season. They went down 2 seasons ago, didn't they? And they sacked him still. Didn't give him a chance in the Prem.
I just think that it's run poorly, the club.
I think so as well.
Watford managed to get sacked.
I absolutely think so. I think he could get top 4 and still get sacked.
See,
it just wouldn't surprise me.
I think different. Like, I think he probably will get sacked at some point in the season. But for first, I think Wolves, the Wolves manager, will get sacked. Because I don't like Wolves. I think they were awful last year. I think
Jimenez being injured though, and then coming back this season.
Yeah, but I don't think
Trincao
it's going to be the same. It's not going to be the same player, is he? And I just think Wolves, there's an expectation more than other clubs as well. And you know, if they're floating around the bottom 4 after 6-7 games, they'll just get trigger happy and they'll just get rid of him.
Wolves manager.
Exactly.
He did all right. Was it Porto?
It's a different dynamic though, isn't it? I just don't.
It's a different ball game, isn't it?
I just think you've got to look. First managers, you always look at like these trigger happy boards, and I just think they've set their standards so high, Wolves, in the last couple of years, and I struggle to see how they meet that.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, I just think if they have bad 6, 7, 8 games, you can see them being like a Watford where they'll change their managers a lot.
No, you could.
It's a punt. It's a guess. And like this guy might be the next Jose Mourinho. I don't like I said, I don't really know him, but
sacked.
Yeah, it's true. In Roma in fucking Italy, but yeah, that's mine.
Who do we think will get Golden Boot in the Prem season? Then who do we think will get Golden Boot? Let's not start with Danny Welbeck, Johnny. Who do you think will get it?
Salah.
Yeah,
I can't see past Salah.
That's a quick answer.
I mean, how many goals has he got?
Who's
going to
challenge? Okay, you think Salah? Who's going to challenge Salah?
Kane, if he goes to City.
Even if he don't.
No,
No?
not for
No?
me.
Okay.
Well, he's done it for the last 6 4.
Anyone outside then? Because everyone's probably going to say Salah or Kane. Anyone outside of that?
So yeah, I'd say Salah, same as you.
I'd say Salah.
We all think so. But who was an outside punt then?
I don't know.
Bamford for me.
But no, that was a fluke season.
But the way Leeds play, if they continue to play the way they play,
I don't think they will, but that's why I don't think Bamford will get it. I'm going to
where's
go...
Leeds' goals coming from though?
That's another point, isn't it? You know,
Yeah, it's a bit of... I don't know. Tony might get a few, mightn't he?
Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, again, he's not...
I don't think
He's got wingers in. You're talking about wingers earlier. They've got wingers that will supply him now.
Do you know as an outside bet, and if he gets the move to the right club, I think Tammy Abraham, if he goes to Arsenal, as an outside bet,
And that's not a bad shout.
I think Tammy Abraham's a very good player, and I think if he gets the move, you could be talking about him top.
No,
top
no,
scorer.
honestly, that's not a bad shout. What about Abangamang? Him.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
I don't know. He had a poor season last season.
But he's
Isn't
still a great player, isn't he?
he? Another year older. Didn't do
Yeah.
well last season. Not too sure.
Yeah.
Ings. No.
Nah, he's fucked
Would he
about.
stay fit? Southampton been very quiet in the market.
What about
haven't they?
Werner at Chelsea? He's a
Nah.
good player, Werner.
He will come good. Like, he gets a lot of
No,
criticism for
if the
his
VAR
citizens.
keeps up and he's not offside as much, he'll get loads of goals.
Aren't the lines supposed to be thicker next season?
I don't know. I
think so.
just think
he
Werner,
might have a chance.
Werner's a good player.
He works hard. He's a kind of player that, although he plays for Chelsea, you'd like to see do well because he does work hard. He seems like a nice lad and all that. So
What's a good season for a striker in the Premiership? How many goals would you say? 10, 15, 20?
I think
It's probably the bench
15.
15.
15 is a decent season for
Who could punt at 15?
Cavani, maybe?
Yeah, Cavani, if he stays
The
fit.
only thing would be managing his games, wouldn't it? He's got Sancho now, he's gets a lot of assists.
Greenwood could get 15.
Yeah, he might hit it off, step up to the mark, another year older.
Rashford, he's got 2 months out, but if he comes back firing, he always starts off the season well.
Could Mane come back and,
Yeah, Mane. Well,
Yeah.
we all know Bobby No Goals won't score
he
many.
won't,
but-
no. 2 at the best.
Yeah, but Jota will play that role, won't he?
Jota, again, how many goals did he get last year?
9.
What was
So you
he?
think he was out injured for a little
Yeah,
while?
that's what I mean. He could get a few.
Yeah.
He could. Yeah, that's not a bad shout.
But honestly, we don't think this will happen. We think Salah or Kane, really, don't we?
I think Salah.
I think Salah. We all think
Well,
Salah.
if
don't
Kane
we?
goes City, then.
But he's so greedy, and that's what gets him the goals.
What
And
about Sterling?
will he get in?
Yeah,
I think
he
he
loves him, doesn't he? What about
I don't think
Son?
he does.
If Kane goes, Son becomes main man. Everything goes through Son.
And that's another one, isn't it? You're throwing a spanner there. If Kane does leave, Son will have to step up to the plate.
And who do they sign if he goes? Someone like Danny Ings could come in, do a really good
Or
goal.
they get a wide man and just put Son in the middle. That's another thing. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Who knows? I suppose we'll have this chat in the next couple of weeks or during the season. won't we?
Haaland.
Yeah, if you got-
Haaland to Spurs.
Or if Haaland goes fucking Chelsea, then probably.
I think we'd have to change who's going to win the league if Haaland goes Chelsea.
So another individual award, and I think this is the last topic of the night. Is it Crispy?
What's this? Player of the season?
Player of the season, player of the Premiership season. John Boy, who do we think? No Liverpool players are allowed because they're going to come fifth.
Do you know what? It's a difficult one, but I'm probably going to go Sterling.
Oh, okay.
Sterling for player of the year.
I
Why?
think so.
You hated Sterling.
I don't think
Summer
Ster-
of-
but do you know
summer
what?
of change. I love this.
I honestly don't think Sterling's a world class player.
No.
Don't get me wrong, he's not a world class player. He's had a great summer in terms of what he did for England. I think
Great, don't. He was amazing. He was that
He-
player.
I don't think I'm going to kick off. I don't think he played well, but he was productive and scored a few goals.
yeah, okay, so
That-
you could say that. If he
That
does the
semi-final against Denmark was one of the best performances I've ever seen from an
But
England player
also,
from Raheem Sterling.
If Sterling, if say City don't sign Kane, yeah, and he becomes the vocal point of that City team,
Yeah.
and he scores like he can,
Yeah.
and becomes top goal scorer, I can't see past giving Sterling the player of the season
enough.
if he gets golden
On
boot.
another hand, right, Grealish goes to City.
Yeah.
Sterling gets drops.
But is
You've got
Grealish gonna-
Foden, Mahrez, Grealish. Sterling doesn't play as much. Is he going to get...
Is Grealish going to go to City, though?
That's another thing. That's another thing.
See, for me, I'm going to put player of the season as Kevin De Bruyne because I simply think he is the best player in the Prem.
No, absolutely.
Kevin De Bruyne is the best player. So if he gets fit...
Well, it's not going to be Bruno, is it?
No, because we're not going to get as many penalties this year. But no, for me, I'd go Kevin De Bruyne. I think the best player at the best team, so it's silly not to go against.
No, I've gone for a player who I think will not get top 4, probably not possibly get top 6, but Jack Grealish. Yeah. And I think he is unbelievable. I think he's absolutely utter class. He's sensational. He's great to watch. He's got everything you need to succeed in the game at the highest standard of level, and I can't praise him enough if he stays fit. I think City are a good team, don't get me wrong. Is there a standout player? De Bruyne possibly, but not a massive standout player as such. They're just a great team. Liverpool, again, United, possibly Bruno. Will he get some penalties? Not too sure. Grealish, I think this will be his last season at Villa, and I think he'll be absolutely amazing, and I think he'll stay fit. Villa will have a decent season. He will improve, and I think next season he'll be at City or United. I think this is his year.
So Jack Grealish, for me, I'm going to be controversial here. Jack Grealish is a good player. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player. I like him.
Brilliant player.
Brilliant, super. No, I think there's such a clamour for Jack Grealish because of how he looks.
No, I couldn't care. How he looks.
Come on.
No, I couldn't. Yeah, don't get me wrong, the Alice band is nice.
Okay,
the Alice band is nice.
Phil Foden or Jack Grealish?
He's got...
this moment in time...
Who do you take in your team?
Right now?
Yeah.
Like, as in right now?
What now?
Jack Grealish.
No, what? Because he pulls his socks up to his knees and he's not like...
No, this moment in time, I think Jack Grealish...
He's played, right? He's played 2 years for Villa in the Prem. The years before that, he was
How many
stuck in the
seasons has
Championship.
Foden played for City in the Prem?
3, 4, 5.
How many games has he played?
Yeah, but don't
How many
matter.
games has he played?
But Grealish is like, all of a sudden, he's become this world-class player. They were in the bloody relegation battle the year before.
Championship.
Yeah, but he's still brilliant.
He's nothing... He's
still brilliant.
He's had a good season, but he's nothing
De Bruyne was
amazing.
brilliant at Wolfsburg or wherever he was at. Was it Wolfsburg
Yeah,
in
but then
Germany?
he's been brilliant ever since.
Yeah, but he's still brilliant at Wolfsburg, and that's why City signed him. Jack Grealish is linked with City for 100 million, 150 million for a reason.
Jack Grealish is a good player, but he's nothing
Whether
special.
you're brilliant at Villa or brilliant at City or brilliant at United, you're brilliant, aren't you?
Okay, question for you.
Go on.
What does, if anything, does Jack Grealish need to improve on? End product?
I think he's...
Probably goals, if I'm being honest. Goals. I think what did he score last season? 6, possibly 7. I'd like to see him in double
I
figures.
just think if he didn't look the way he looked, people wouldn't like him.
I'm not,
What's his assist? Do you know his assist?
to the people, listen, I love women, by the way, and I don't know who's a good-looking bloke from Crispy to Johnny. I don't care how Jack Grealish looks. I think he's a brilliant footballer. He's got everything you need. He's strong, he's quick, he's skillful, he's got a great first touch, creative, great attitude on the football pitch, pathetic off it. Everything you want.
So who's better then, Jack Grealish or Jadon Sancho?
Flip a coin. Right now, flip a coin.
Fuck's sake.
But again, if Foden's 26, the same age as Jack Grealish, 25, 26.
20.
Yeah, but if he was 25 or 26, that's a
So
different
Jack
question.
Grealish, yeah, he's a quality player. You're saying he's a brilliant player. Premier League record, yeah,
Yeah.
96 appearances, 15 goals,
Told you.
16 assists,
And how old is he? 25?
25.
And he's played 90 games in the Prem.
and he's only had 15 goals and 16 assists. Like you're saying about adding goals to his game.
Where
surely
was
he has to add
Jamie
assists.
Vardy when he was 25?
Yeah, but come
Jack-
on.
that's
What
valid.
do you mean, come on?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you love Jamie Vardy. You've got an England top on tonight with Vardy at the back.
Yeah, because
you know,
Vardy's...
I'm just
Jesus,
saying,
because
I like
Vardy
Jack
won the
Grealish.
Vardy was making a $1 million move to Fleetwood at the age of 25.
You know what?
Yeah, but he won the
I like
Premiership.
Jack Grealish. I like Jack
I didn't
Grealish.
love-
Jack Grealish goes to City, wins a treble.
I didn't love Vardy at 25
City
though,
probably
did
win a
I?
treble,
I loved him
didn't
at 28 when he was
Lad.
scoring goals.
Yeah, but so Jack Grealish, you can't love him until he goes to City and wins a
Are
league.
we talking about stats? I love Jack Grealish, but
You can't
his
call him a
stats don't
brilliant
lie.
player until he's...
My eyes don't lie to me, Johnny. My eyes don't lie to me.
But his assist and his
You
goals.
watch a football game, Jack Grealish is sensational. Sensational.
Because he looks
I'm
beautiful.
shocked. I'm shocked by looking at that stat.
up
There's nothing wrong with...
I was going to back the Jack Grealish comment that Tom's put in there.
But you don't want to, do you?
But I've just looked at the stats and I'm shocked by those stats because I thought they were far better than what they came through us. Now, obviously, that's come from the Premier League website.
So anyway, so you say flip a coin between Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho's 21, been smashing it up in Champions League, for Dortmund. He's 21, he's younger, he's just gone to Man United.
Hold on. What
So
did you
what-
say?
no, yeah.
He smashed it up for Dortmund in the Bundesliga against Cologne.
Yeah, it don't matter. He's still doing it. And
Come on,
Champions League.
Come on, we've got a German lad here. He's laughing to himself here.
It's better than doing it for Villa in a
Well,
relegation
he's playing
battle.
against Mattersburg in the German Cup or something. This Jack Grealish is a real deal.
There is just Bayern Munich though.
Yeah, but at least
RB Leipzig.
At least
finished second,
Sancho's
didn't
gone
they?
to-
They got
gone-
hammered
gone
by
to United.
Absolutely.
At least Sancho's gone to United, could have a good season. You're going on Grealish being still at Villa and being player of the year.
And if someone could afford Jack Grealish, he'd be playing for any club he wants in the league.
But if
not his fault, is it?
Right, if Tom's right, Villa do challenge the best of the rest, and they are the best of the rest, then yeah, possibly Jack Grealish. I'd say he needs to improve on his goals and assists.
Yeah, but then if
not his
Sancho
End
has a
products.
great year, makes Man United challenge for the title, coming in, making a massive difference at 21 years of old, everyone will say Sancho for player
Yeah, but
of the
Bruno
year.
just done that and you slag him off every
Because he
week.
didn't score his
Yeah, but
penalties.
I
don't
still
slag him
think
off.
there's issues at United. I think they still need to improve on their defence. Like bringing Sancho in is brilliant, but you know there's talk about Varane. But I think we still need to sort the goalkeeper situation out as well. I just don't think Henderson is number one United quality.
Well, that ended a bit lively, didn't it? But yeah, that's episode 2 done, I believe.
Absolutely, I'm done.
Young player?
I'm going bed.
player
Ah,
for-
no,
for
that's,
the season?
that's for next time.
Which is not Jack Grealish.
Phil Foden.
Oh, Sancho, yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.